No, Mahatma.
Happy evening to everyone and welcome to this session, Mahipati Talks, where we are going to have every day at 5 o'clock and 7 o'clock. The main objective of this session is to impart skills, life skills to the public so that during this COVID-19, people can learn from their home. So as a part of this series, today we have got resource person uh, Kalyani Madam, who is going to speak on functional English in communication. She's got more than a decade of teaching experience, and she has done her MA English Literature and also MBA HR, and she has been a corporate trainer where she has been training the students on various aspects related to soft skills, language skills. We're fortunate enough that when the moment we asked ma'am to speak, the most important thing whenever if somebody would like to communicate in English, they're not able to do it because of lack of this functional English awareness. So ma'am accepted, and I request Kalyani ma'am to go ahead with the session. Functional English in communication. Please go ahead, ma'am.
Thank you, Srinivas sir. Thanks a lot. Yeah. Yeah. Good evening, one and all. Might be some of our students from Anurag also they have registered. I hope so. They are on this session, and this is a great opportunity that Srinivas sir gave me. And here I am with my topic functional English in communication. Generally, we know English language used as for the purpose of communication. And here, English, functional English in communication is a kind of a different subject. It's a huge concept also. And before going to start the exact session, I just wanted to give you a brief note about the communication, how far it will be going into the mindset of receivers and how it acts on their minds. 90% of the communication is preparing the minds of other persons, other people. Only 10% communication, whatever we speak, is the original one. For that, just one example I just wanted to put forth. A guy from one state traveling to another state, and he was terribly hunger, and he stepped into roadside restaurant, and he went to the restaurant owner and asked, what are the things you have in your restaurant to satiate my hunger? Then the bearer told that we have masala vada. So he ordered and he asked them, so what is the cost of masala vada to satiate, which satiates my hunger? They said 5 rupees. And he ordered it. First masala vada he ate, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and last one, seventh masala vada, when he ate that, it satiated his hunger. Then finally, the bearer screamed out from the counter, 35 rupees total. He went to the bearer and he took out 5 rupees coin and put it in front of him. Then he finally told that I clearly mentioned what kind of things satiate my hunger. The last vada, seventh one, is the only thing which satiated my hunger. So I am paying for that. This is a clear communication I have done with the bearer so that I am paying 5 rupees only. See here, this is the best example where all the people are trying to convey the message, but unprepared mindsets are receiving. So that is a great problem which is happening nowadays. Still, students are trying to convey something else in language, medium of language, whatever it may be, they just wanted to convey something else, but receiver is not at all prepared. So what about the preparation of the mindset, and what about the preparation of the receiver? We are not thinking about them. That is the reason 90% of the communication is preparing the mindset of the other person. Only 10% is the original communication which is happening nowadays. And here, if you are asking a farmer what happens if the unprepared soil, whether it received the seed or not, even though it is a healthy seed, unprepared soil, it does not receive any healthy seed. So prepared soil only receives the healthy seed and it will get sprouted. So that's why we have to have such kind of a flexible communication and a functional communication, functional language in these days. So the communicator does not at all achieve the desirable result if at all he is not at all conveying a correct message to them. So it's a failure of a communicator, not the failure of a receiver. So let's have, what do you mean by the communication? What is the meaning of functional English, and where we are using, and how it is going to be used? It's a kind of a huge concept. Even though it's a kind of a huge concept, I just wanted to try to convey my views on this, and whatever I have studied, whatever I have get the things from various um, fantabulous speakers and all. I just have prepared something else for using. And here, first one is object. Second one is the purpose of the functional English. Third one is importance of functional English. Let us have these three things. The first one is, what is the purpose? It aims at to develop communicative skills and the learners in LSRWA. So everybody is knowing about the LSRW: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. The main focus is on how English is used in real life situations. We study, we write grammar, we practice grammar, we write so many sentences: simple, compound, complex, active voice, and passive voice, and sometimes tenses also practiced and mugged up by every student. But still, we are confused which kind of sentences are going to be used in some situations. So which is functioned at that point of time, what we have to use, that should be known by each and every person. That is the reason why functional English is most important nowadays. And learners are expected to have a good communication and to develop their fluency in communication and efficiency in interactional skills. And they're also expected to learn to use grammar communicatively so that they become effective communicators. This is nowhere else. But the still confusion is, grammar is a part of language, communication is also part of language, soft skills and everything is also part of language. But where we are lagging, why we are not at all combining all these things? Tools and techniques already we have learned, but still why we are not at all using correct grammar without a grammatical error? Why we are not using language purposefully and effectively? So there lies so many things. And here, what is the importance of communication? That is nothing but the functional communication, functional English. It's a kind of a usage of the English language. Functional English, nothing but usage of the English language required to perform a specific function like academic study, career progression. And it is also providing essential knowledge, skills, understanding that will enable the user to operate confidently, effectively, and independently in life and at work. So when you are at work also, you have to use appropriate language and appropriate vocabulary. That is nothing but functional language. How to greet people, how to receive some things, how to decline some invitations. All these things are combined together. Because when we are using functionality of the language, we should know what sort of a language, what sort of appropriate vocabulary we have to use. This comes out of the practice. This comes out of the more and more vigorous practice, so that it depends upon the three things. Particularly, first one is importance of grammar, the second one is vocabulary, third one is comprehension levels. So when you are practicing the language, when you are going through the grammar, when you're going through the communication, these three things are a major one. The first aspect, grammar, is most important. To just construct any building, we need to have a basement. The level of basement is more strong, so that the construction is also going to be without any hurdles and difficulties. So first one is a grammar. What do you mean by functional grammar? Why the normal grammar is different, and how, in which way the normal grammar is different from functional grammar? So both are same, but the thing is that where we are using and what kind of things we are using grammatically, and how the grammar is used purposefully and functionally. So functional grammar is also concerned with how the language, how it is being used, and a range of social and cultural contexts. Say for example, functional English is adjoined with the greetings, adjoined with some receiving things. So what we are using exactly, what where we are using exactly? um, I share my slides, I show you. See, first it starts with the introducing oneself in an educational atmosphere. this is nothing but a systematical way of introducing yourself. When you are going to introduce yourself, first one, the greeting comes. It starts with the greeting. Next one, your name. So the structure of the sentences, whatever I'm showing here, is a thing we have to practice. Next one, your age. If requires, you can disclose, or else it can be just shut off. The next one is where you live, your family, and the another one is class and discipline, subjects which you are efficient in. Then next one is hobbies, the likes and dislikes also somehow people will ask you. And the next one is which color you like, which food you like, purpose for being at this one, uh, recruitment or training or interview. And the last one is a closing remarks. So these are the self introduction things, basic things we have to go through. So that is also, you have to choose according to the situation, according to the area, according to the line where you are in. The vocabulary is also most important, because once the students are clear about the purpose or topic, each sentence they have to go through the choosing of words. So that is mandatory. The next one is general greetings and wishes. How do you go through the wishes and general greetings? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, hi, hello, congratulations, well done. So in various levels, various situations, so these kind of sentences, these kind of structured words, vocabulary you have to use. That is nothing but the part of a functional English. Here comes the vocabulary. Importance of vocabulary is also most important. And the next thing is that thanking someone. So the gratitude, the feeling, the expressions are also most important. Somehow people they go through such kind of beautiful words and sentences with a dead span expression. That is also a drawback. When you are thanking someone, your face also reflects. Body language is most important. 75% goes to body language, and 25% goes to your content and your voice, how far you are effective while speaking. So all these things cover in 25%. 75% is nothing but your body language, your expressions, your gestures, your movements, everything comes under this. So thanking you is also a kind of a showing gratitude to someone. Thank you very much for being my friend, doing such kind of help to me, and thanks a lot for, I'm very grateful to you. I really can't thank you enough for your help. So these are the expressions, a few expressions where we can use responses to the thanks. This is also one kind of fundamental thing we have to learn. You're welcome, it's my pleasure, my pleasure, the pleasure is mine, no trouble at all, anytime, that's all right, that's okay, I'm glad to be of someone else, some help. So these are the few expressions. I just picked out few expressions, but number of expressions are there where you can use and practice, and more oftenly you can go through them. So practically if you do with the language, then automatically fixes into your brains. Otherwise you forget language. So when you are not at all speaking your mother tongue also, you forget your mother tongue. That's why you have to practice. If you are scared of speaking with someone, you stand in front of the mirror and speak to yourself in the mirror. That is nothing but a interpersonal skill, and intrapersonal skills also part of the functional English. So inter, in between, group, or in between two persons. Intra means within. Even when you are sitting alone, your mind speaks, your mind thinks far away distances, it travels. So when you have such kind of things which are rolling down in your brains, that is also intrapersonal skills. You are speaking within yourself. What are the dislikes of yours, likes of yours, and where you wanted to just to travel, what book you wanted to read, what food you wanted to cook and eat. So all these things are mesmerizingly rolling down in your brains. That's why this is nothing but intrapersonal skill always runs. So intrapersonal skill is always running in your brain. You speak within yourself. And interpersonal skills happen when you are meeting with other people or other group, or when you go for an interview, or else when you are attending some kind of a seminars, or when you are going through something else, whatever it may be. So this is nothing but interpersonal skill. Expressing sympathy and consoling. This is one kind of an expression. I'm sure everything will be fine. Don't worry, things will be fine. Give it to give it some time. We are there for you, and it will pass. The bad phase will pass. Sorry, I'm sorry to hear that. These a few expressions are expressing your feelings through the sympathy and consoling. So when you have such kind of feelings within you, it comes through the heart, then automatically your face will be reflect. Your face has some kind of reflection along with these expressions. So next one is making request. So almost all we use auxiliaries and modals when we are requesting, when we are making some kind of suggestions and advices. So there comes. And here, could you please, uh, do you mind? Would you mind? I would be grateful if you could. I'm sorry to trouble you, but would it be possible for you to? So all these are nothing but making some request. And another task, just I wanted to describe about these things are, when you are having such a great relation, when you just wanted to build up the relation, when you just wanted to have a strongest bond, interpersonal skills work all the time. So interpersonal skills are basically developed by a professional, not even a professional. They learn so many things from their educational wise, and they grow towards the career way. They have to develop in this manner. So when they are developing such kind of things, then automatically interpersonal skills are achieved and acquired by the candidate when he works and moves into society. When he is going to be socializing, automatically he observes other person, he acquires so same things. He just imitates the other person, he just go through follow the other person, and he just wanted to have that things to be acquired by him. And these will be helping them in all the ways. In corporate sectors, these interpersonal skills are most important. And here, these are all the phrases and expressions must be used by each and every candidate when he goes to HR, when he goes to general manager or any other person. So inferior to him or superior to me, whomever it may be, these will be helping him very in a large way. So the basic thing is contextual wise information, verbal information, and moreover I mean comprehensive levels of information. These three things are most important. And when you are keeping yourself in these three ways, the grammar part is first comes, next comes as a vocabulary, and the third comes comprehension. Comprehension is nothing but the level of understanding. When you try to understand something else, you receive those things, and in another way you just elaborate the things, analyze the things, and re-establish them also. That is required by the market. So when you are attending such kind of things, when you are attending seminars, or when you are attending some programs or career related programs, functional kind of programs, then automatically your comprehension levels are going to be enhanced. So when you receive something, when you absorb something in this way, then automatically you generalize the things, you are like going to be analyzing the things, understanding the things, and here the level of understanding establishes. So which already, if at all it is pre-existed, then there is no problem at all. You can absorb the things very fine way, and analyze the things, and automatically you are going to be re-establish the things. That is the most important comprehensive levels in functional English. And vocabulary, some kind of vocabulary are there where in the place of a few words we have to use formally or informally. That is a set of vocabulary. So in the place of a few things, formal words and informal words, so we just use set of words. I'm giving some examples in this way. So formal is a word request, and informal ask for. And here investigate is a formal word, look into is an informal word, consult is a formal, and refer to is an informal, famished is a formal, hungry is an informal. So likewise, a list of words are there where a few words are formal, and according to the same synonym, so we can have in a informal way also. But we have to choose which is a formal, which can be used, and in which direction they are completely conveying a exact meaning, and where we are locating them. Everything is mandatory. So that's why set of words are there, and we are completely surrounded by so many resources. We can use them, we can practice them better way to achieve something and stand as a best personality amongst the others. See, the word good luck, the way to say good luck, how to say good luck in different contexts, in different manners. Best of luck, generally we use that. And break a leg, this is another functional word. And another one is best wishes is also a word which we can use them. Wishing you lots of luck, this is also one functional structured sentence. I hope everything will be all right, that is also another structured kind of thing. You will do great and knock them dead, may the force be with you, and you are going to be amazing. Wishing you all the best, I wish you luck. fingers crossed, wishing a lot of luck. You are made for this. So all these structured things are most important, and if you practice in this way, you can achieve, you can trigger the goal, and it will be, if you are completely thoroughly practicing the things, your life will be like a cakewalk. Until and unless you practice, you never achieve something else. So when you wanted to have something, when you just wanted to prove yourself as a best personality, then you have to practice. So be connected with language. That's why where we can achieve something else in a goal wise or whatever it may be. So next thing, what we have to discuss is, the first thing and first and foremost thing is self introduction. We have just to make it, and the self introduction is the one which is making the greatest kind of impressionistic things. So that impression is a prominent one. And here, uh, self introduction, I just wanted to show you. Learning the second language is important, as it is essential to every aspect and interaction in our everyday lives. So every sentence we use has the purpose of enabling second language learners to move beyond vocabulary and grammar to the functional aspect of communication. So here, whatever we are learning, it's a foreign language to us. We have to adopt it. So when you are adopting in this process, whatever we have to adopt and whatever we are going to be adopting, keep in your brains. First one is vocabulary we have to adopt. Second one is usage of that vocabulary in an appropriate way. Third one is comprehensive levels. So wherever you go, whatever you learn, these three things may not be going to be changed. And being able to communicate with each other, form bonds. Because of the relationship only, we have to have a good communication. So we are communicating with others is nothing but purposefully, it is making a relationship. It's going to be making the relationship with a stronger one. And teamwork is also important. Nowadays everybody is coming across this word teamwork. What do you mean by teamwork? So working along with a different heterogeneous group. It's not a homogeneous, heterogeneous group. When you work with a heterogeneous group, different concepts, different mindsets, different personalities, different lifestyle people. So whoever it may be, you have to mingle with them, and that is the thing where the teamwork is established. And here, and it's what separates humans from the other species also. Communication drives our lives in a better way. When you are driving yourself towards the better way, you have to communicate well. That's a known fact. And here, self introduction, why I'm insisting is, why I'm just highlighting the self introduction. So here, 99% students failed. So practically I have seen in our college, so many students are kicked out because of the failures in self introducing. So when you are introducing, you are the only get the only one chance you get, the first and foremost chance, which creates, which gives you the best opportunity to introduce yourself. So introducing yourself is nothing but presenting yourself. You are presenting yourself. So how much greatest thing it is, you have to think. And the arrival of a new academic year brings a lot of energy and enthusiasm to students and teachers. We have to introduce to students. Students must introduce to us. In this process, mutual and like exchanging of their information, how far we have to practice, how better we have to give the self introduction, that we have to think. And yet two ways to introducing oneself in educational atmosphere, another one is career. So presented for practice, as both are indispensable in one's life. This is most important thing. See here, when you are introducing yourself, these things come across. Place and date of birth, if necessary, also you have to go through. Nationality, address, age, family, education, hobby, occupation. Maybe it is very simple, and a few elements you are looking into that, but still it makes a very huge difference when you speak about yourself. So here you should remember that why and the what and where we have to give our introduction. Why we are giving introduction? We are going to be presenting ourselves, we are going to be proving ourselves in academic wise as well as in career wise. And what we are giving, what at all you are, what you are exactly means, including three things. First one is your education, the purpose of your education. Second one is achievements, till date whatever you have achieved. Even though in as a student, you could have achieved so many things. So third one is what you are exactly, what you wanted to, in what way you wanted to prove yourself. That is the purpose of giving your introduction. And here self introduction is normally comes in a brief way, and even if at all it is a comes in a brief way, that brief information is also making bigger change in your life. So that's the reason why the most important introduction, self introduction, is an during an interview is a crucial one in anybody's life. So networking situations, or in a professional situation, or in academic wise, or whatever it may be, so your introduction makes a huge difference. So both personal and professional communication, that is nothing but that skill is needed in your life all the time. And think about how you can use this short period of time to not only introduce but also tell about yourself in a purposeful way. And here the period is also most crucial for you to use within 1 minute or 1.5 minute or 2 minutes, or more or less 1 or 2 minutes, whatever it may be. Give something about yourself which is interested one. And here not only introducing yourself but also convey something else about who you are and what you do. So these two things are most important. And when you introduce yourself, it is not for anyone else, but that is for yourself. And self introduction is nothing but marketing your skills. So when you know what you are, then exactly you can market your skills. First impressions count a great deal in an interview. That is the greatest thing what we can make in front of uh, very excellent personalities and professionals also. That's why self introduction is most important. And I just to stress on all these things. Self introduction, and most probably expressing your giving your expressions. And another one is making the things better way, communication along with a vocabulary, good vocabulary. And next one is showing your gratitude by using some expressions and making some kind of a contextual things. So all these things are most important. See, knowledge of contextual factors after greetings, after self introduction, after using the functional grammar and vocabulary, and even after using understanding levels, comprehensive levels, reading passages, everything. So these are the things which will be used in comprehensive levels. Contextual factors. Students develop knowledge about how to make meaning in familiar and predictable context. In doing so, students should learn that genres have patterns and convention. Contemporary situation. We are living in technological era. When you have such kind of a content with you, you have to familiarize with such a things which are going in a conventional and genres. What genre is running out, and what are the patterns the genre is consisting of, what are the conventional methods we are practicing. All these things are should be familiar with your prior knowledge, and locate specific information relating to familiar context. So you have to locate the specific information. You should be having a clear concept over them. So for this reason, you should maintain a background information, background knowledge, and familiar to other things also. Take part in short interpersonal exchanges for the purpose of establishing relationship. That is most like a kind of greatest thing and greatest achievement to have a good relations in the society. So wherever you work, wherever you go, wherever you travel also, maintaining relationships with others and having a good conversation and sharing your ideas, telling about yourself and what you are exactly, all these things make a good sense. And they use a varieties of modes and mediums. Here, why variety of modes and mediums? Because no one is sticking to only one language. So if people are a polyglot, multilingual or bilingual, so they can use they can shift from one language to another language, so that we are going to be identified, and we are going to be a specified personality in the society. And another thing is that when you switch from one language to another language, then it is very flexible to the listener also. First of all, I mentioned communication is nothing but establishing the things properly. So 90% communication is nothing but only preparing the other minds. Only 10% communication happens if you are keep on going to speak in only one language. Maybe the other person may not be catching your information, and he is not at all showing any interest if the language is continuously unknown to him. So that switching from one language to another language is also making relations to be very flexible and conventional. So textual features, knowledge of a textual feature. Students develop knowledge about how to communicate through selecting and using textual features. So as I told you, LSRW skills are a key skills in functional language: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. So here we have a grammar, spoken grammar also. Another thing is that, so when you have a kind of a structured and good vocabulary, that is also coming under the spoken grammar. So selecting and using textual features that are appropriate to audiences and purposes. See, when you have a technical kind of vocabulary, so you are in one stream. So same stream consisting of related vocabulary. When you are using the same kind of vocabulary, it is okay. But when you are using another kind of a stream vocabulary, that is difficult to understand. Say for example, mechanical students and EC student, electronical and mechanical, two different streams. When some person belonging to the mechanical stream must be using the same kind of a textual and even appropriate vocabulary he has to use, and when he is conveying the same message, audiences are very flexible and understanding. And here electronic students also, he has a set of vocabulary related to his own stream. So when he is conveying the same kind of a textual features, same kind of things, appropriate vocabulary, then the other person is also understanding very well. So if at all it is mismatching, the problem arises. And make use of textual features appropriate to familiar audiences and purposes relating to work, community, and leisure contexts. These three are most important. When you are working in a certain places, then estimate your value of identity, and you should have a good communication levels in that stream, so that you can use a appropriate level of vocabulary. And communities also. So man must be switching from one personality to other personality. So whether it is a kind of a different roles he has to play, or else a different kind of a positions he has to take, whatever it may be, when he comes from his professional life, he has to move into the common society. So here the community is also most important. And when you are using your language, so here it differs a lot. So you have to have a great command over the vocabulary and communication, how we have to switch from one to another. And demonstrate variety of features: visual, auditory, digital, spoken, signed. These also most important when you work. And at workplace we have to go through the visual and auditory. So what such kind of words we can use in this context, and what such kind of a jargon is most irrelevant in these days. Jargon is not necessary, but a technical vocabulary, simple vocabulary which is understood, is also accepted one. And the next one is a sequence to or more familiar events and order information. When you write something else, when you convey something else, and written and spoken English also, both the things are practiced by a single person. When he is practicing these LSRW skills, he has to have a certain kind of coherence and cohesive manner to arrange the things properly when he is writing. Even in understanding the paragraph also, he has to has a cohesiveness and coherence. So each and every line is connecting with the another one. So that is the thing where we have to have. And sequence two or more familiar events and order information. Convey meaning using the conventions of written language, sentence structures, control of basic paragraphing and punctuation, selecting appropriate vocabulary, spelling, frequently used words, consistency in using tenses, link ideas using repeated or related words, simpler pronouns and conjunctions. So all these are related to our English grammar. And here branches, various branches we have in English grammar. We have like the set of 8 parts of speech. We use them in all the sentences. So identify those kind of parts of speech and use them in an appropriate way. So frequently used words, where we are using a frequently, the spelling, appropriate vocabulary, where we are making them. And the punctuation is also important. Just how oftenly we commit so many mistakes while writing a letter, where we have to place punctuation marks. And even improper punctuation is also causing so many troubles and disturbances. And it leads to misconveying the meaning of a sentence. So this happens when you have this inappropriate use of punctuation mark. So the next thing we have to have is comprehensive levels, understanding of the text. when you try to understand the text. So that affects in a large way. The effective objectives refer to the attitudes, values, and feelings students develop. So students should have the confidence using a range of language skills. Somehow, the level first grade to sixth grade comprehension levels are very easy, because they can develop by reading the paragraph directly. We can answer the questions. And sixth to seventh to 10th class, the comprehension levels are different. In case they just grow in that level, when they are growing in that level, automatically your level of understanding also grows. So after that, when he comes to the higher education, he or she, the understanding levels also growing at the same point of time. They may not be getting the direct answer to the question. They have to think, they have to have a logical thinking, and concept oriented thinking, and even contextual thinking. All these things they have to put forth, and after that they have to have the understanding levels to be grown up. And value the need for clear communication is also important. Appreciate the value of working cooperatively with others in a range of group and individual activities. Appreciation is also one kind of expression, and it comes under the functional English. So whenever we have the gratitude, whenever we are showing the appropriate kind of appreciation, that is also receivable one, and even in return we get something. So all these things, whatever we give, same thing we receive from others. This should be kept in mind, so that it should be practiced. Appreciation is also one kind of a aspect or element in functional English. Next one is gain personal enjoyment from reading, viewing, writing, speaking, singing, and listening. So when you have a time when you are going to be making ourselves as a leisure person, then we can adopt these kind of hobbies or habits in day-to-day life. Appreciate the effective communication involves trust, respect for others, cooperation, and tolerance, including a commitment, non-discriminatory language. So you can develop such kind of a desires in you, and you can engage yourself lifelong learning, because we are a continuous learner. When we are continuously learning, we are going to be attached with the society. We are going to be attached with some kind of contemporary situations, and we are going to be attached with some kind of regulatory things, regulatory systems. So in this manner, whatever comes, it is easiest thing for us to understand. Whatever comes, technology is the best example, because in 60s and 70s 80s, people who were born in those years, they could not even attach to this technology. If unless and until the person learns something else, he will be knowing about the technology. So best example is a smartphone and smart gadget. So when it is being used by different generations, the usage of the mobile phone, usage of the smartphone is a deferred. So that is also a common thing we have to learn. That's the reason why English is a functioned in various ways. Not only it is specifically used for the sake of learning grammar, specifically it is used for the sake of learning communication skills, and challengingly accepting the things, and challengingly maintaining the things, and move according to that. It's not only for these reasons. We have to work smartly. We have to use the language in a functional way, and use them purposefully. So where it functions, what kind of situations we have to use the language. As I told you in the previous slides, the greetings, thanks, making a thanks to someone else, receiving, declining, few expressions I just have written, but many more are there, what we have to practice on. So continuously if we practice, then generally it goes on, and automatically we acquire the things properly. And almost all, if you are in touch with the language, then the language runs along with you. Otherwise you're going to be stagnate wherever you stopped. So that's why the grammar part is also most important, vocabulary is also most important, and regularly you have to have a dictionary to be learned, and you should have such sentences to be written, and don't follow the complete conventional grammar. You can transform that complete conventional grammar into other ways. Like one example I just give you, the best example, whatever we have in a tenses is the problematic thing for everyone. See, when we are dealing with the grammar consists of syntax also. Syntax is nothing but arrangement of words and phrases. That is a best and a proper thing we have to learn. So arrangement of phrases as well as words. That is nothing but the grammar syntax. So in this we have a morphology. Morphology is nothing but forms of sentences. And the phonology, sentence sounds. Phone is nothing but a sound. So phonology is nothing but it's a kind of a sentence sound. And semantics, those are called as words meaning. So all these are four. we have to learn. And here, as a simple example I just give you. When we learn about the tenses, previously our teacher used to train us v1 plus v2 plus v3, present tense, past participle, and here present participle with ing form. And later on, one syntax, what you call the complete structured thing has been given. V1 plus have plus ing form plus ed. So like that, it is mentioned the formula. So that formula was a conventional method of learning grammar, but now it's completely, totally changed. So learning grammar, learning tenses is very bit of difficult for students. And how we have to learn in a contextual mode, how we have to learn in this contemporary situation. See, the indication is most important. When we are telling about the certainty of a time, I'm giving you just one simple example. When we are telling about the certainty of a time, how we are going to be using, how we are going to be describing by using these tenses. So, will is the only structured format. Will is a only structured format. Tenses is nothing but a time, related to time. But when we are going to extremely telling about the future, will is a structured one. How we are going to be using a will in different ways? The first thing is that indicating certainty. Second thing is that indicating duration. Third one is planned events. These are the three things we have to just go through, so that it is very easy for us to learn how will is used. So when you indicate certainty, the sentence is, I will arrange one meeting for you. That's nothing but a certainty that comes under the certainty. Next one is duration. I will have been is a structured one which tells about the duration. Third one, that's nothing but an intentional thing which gives the meaning of intentional is going to take. So is going to take is nothing but which gives the intentional one. And another one is a planned. When we are telling about the planned one, is due to start, about to start, so is going to be started. So these are the things where we can use planned, certainty, duration, and indication of intention. So will is a only one structure where we can use in this way. Is going to be, there is no will, but still it tells about the future. Is going to be, is about to. So these two or three phrases may not be having will in that, but still it tells about the future tense. So learn in that way, but not at all learning have plus ing form plus ed form. So not, that is the correct purpose of learning tenses. So when you are learning in a conventional way, you may not be absorbing the things properly. When you learn in this way, so there is a huge way of learning tenses, huge way of methods in learning tenses. So because of just only speaking about the functional usage of the functional English in communication, I am just mentioning a small example. So if you just wanted to have the complete information, you can refer Collins Build Up Dictionary, and where it can be giving you much more information, detailed information. And here is also contemporary situations also making everybody to learn grammar in a easiest way. So that is the thing where I just wanted to convey my message through functional English in communication. Srinivas sir.
Yeah, thank you, madam. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. It was very exhaustive session on functional English. Now I request the participants, if you have any questions, you can ask your doubts, any clarifications needed. Sharat sir, good evening. Welcome. I request Sharat sir to speak. Am I audible? Yeah, anyone else, if you have any doubts, any clarification needed, you can speak. Harshini, Manoj, Shyamala, Gurucharan. If there are no questions, at least you can share your learnings. What did you learn?
Yeah, sir, session was very good. Ma'am was giving all the information related to how to introduce and what kind of vocabulary we should use, how to use grammar and everything. That was very nice, very informative. Thank you very much, madam.
Thank you, sir.
Um, very informative session.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
But what happens, we prepare everything, but when it comes to the context,
Huh.
we lose everything.
That's true. That happens with everyone. Even though we are masters in teaching, it happens sometimes.
Any remedy kind of thing. That's the only
Yeah.
doubt. Except that nothing is there, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Guru Charan sir. Anyone else? Sharat, can I listen to your voice? Sujana, Manoj, Harshini. Someone is Pixel 3 XL. I hope that now everybody has learned and they were able to follow your session, man. That's the reason maybe they are not able to share. I really thank you very much. No, it was a very exhaustive session. I can say that. No, you have covered most of the things of the English language. No, in the name of functional English, which is very very important. Right from example that you gave that. No, how much money for masala vada to last ending. No, how you can contextualize and how you can improve yourself, phonology, grammar. Now, what else? No, you covered everything. It was a very exhaustive and informative, elaborative session that you have taken by covering all the points. It was very much useful because unless we understand those things, it will be very difficult for us to become an effective communicator.
Yes. Yes.
Thank
True.
you so much for making the time and sharing the information to all the viewers. So hope that viewers will understand and also practically apply. As you know that knowing is knowing, doing is only doing. You know, doing is
Yes,
more
sir.
important than knowing. You know, as you
No.
rightly said that. No, if you know all these things and if you don't implement, no use. There's no
Yes, sir.
difference between a person who knows the things, who doesn't know the things, unless you do the things. I'm
Yes.
sure that your session was very useful and the viewers will try to understand and apply and they will try to improve themselves. Thank you very much, Kalani ma'am, for your wonderful session. Thanks a lot. Thank
Thank
you
you.
very much. We'll meet again tomorrow at 5 o'clock in the same time, same channel.
Okay, sir.
Although
Thank
would
you.
you like to share something concluding remarks, Kalani ma'am, with your concluding remarks? We'll close the session.
Okay. Exactly. I don't know what to speak because when you asked me to give to share this platform, I was a bit confused. And here, automatically, whatever we are discussing in the labs and whatever we are discussing in the classroom, those things are again and again I'm mentioning here. But still, I just
Yes.
wanted to focus on those things which students often commit some mistakes. And here,
No,
Srinivas
you
sir,
did a great job, madam. You did a great job. No, you have covered everything. You had a lot of clarity in sharing the things for each point to give some examples too. That was more you important because not only sharing the rules and regulations context but sharing the examples were very wonderful. No, you did a great job, I can say that. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kalani
I'm
ma'am.
thankful to you. I'm
Sir,
thankful to Srinivas
sir,
sir
good
because
evening.
you gave me a great platform to excel in this field. I guess to my
I
surprise,
hope to have you more sessions in future, ma'am. Thank you so much. And
thanks a
Sharath
lot,
is
sir.
online now. Can we speak to Sharath once?
Sir, good evening, sir. Good evening, sir. Good evening, madam.
Good evening, Sharath.
Yeah, sir, and it's really so good session today we had, and I was following. And only thing is, I wanted to talk at the end. Actually, you asked just before to talk to me, but it was a wonderful session. And thanks, sir. Thanks for giving the better chances for everybody. And hope I also come into the track slowly. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Looking forward for your session, Sharath sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Kalani ma'am. With this, we
Thank you,
are
sir.
going to close the session. Thank you, everyone. Thanks a lot. Gurucharan, Kalyani, ma'am, and Harshini, Manoj, everyone. Thank you so much for attending the meeting. Thank you.